All right, today, Inauguration Day, President-elect Joe Biden, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will take their oaths of office at 10 a.m. local time, the start of the 46th presidency. In his 20-minute speech, Biden expected to lay out his goals to unite the country in a time of unprecedented crisis. Here to help us break it down, what's in store for today and beyond, Morgan Lyon-Cotti, the Associate Director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics at our University of Utah. Morgan, thanks so much for being with us. We're looking ahead to 46 today, but can we start with 45? We just saw President Trump board Air Force One. What's the significance of the president not attending the inauguration ceremony today?
He joins a very small group of individuals, former presidents, who did not attend their successors' inaugurations. And the optics of this are so unusual because we are, especially in the age of television, we are used to seeing that bipartisan group of presidents and former presidents and leaders watch the next inaugurations, wave goodbye to them as they leave the Capitol. But here, President Trump boarded Air Force One. That's not something we've seen before on his way out. Normally they take a government plane or another private plane. So it's significant, and especially for the disunity that we see in our country right now, it's emblematic of that as well.
Certainly. The Hinckley Center and the Deseret News polled Utahns, found that about 52% of our state does hold President Trump at least somewhat responsible for the riots we saw at the Capitol. What does that tell you right now about how Utahns will adapt to this transition of power?
I think Utahns will be watching the inauguration very closely, and if the Senate takes up the impeachment and conviction, I think they'll watch that trial very closely. I think they'll be listening to what President-elect still Biden says and what the leaders say. We talked a couple weeks ago about how we move forward from here, how we find that unity. And again, I think a lot of people are going to be looking to leaders to see how they react and how they address the Capitol riot 2 weeks ago and how they're trying to move forward.
Can we talk about President-elect Biden's first 100 days? What major moves are you looking for?
We're going to see a lot of executive orders today. It seems to become a new tradition that in the first day or week of a new president, they're implementing executive orders that are often undoing what the previous president did. The first 100 days are so critical to secure those cabinet positions, get those through the Senate. But I'm really watching this first year and these first 2 years when the Democrats have control of the Senate and Congress to see what kind of signature legislation that the Biden administration will try to push through.
Very interesting, very interesting. And as you said, I mean, pulling back some of those moves from the former president. Can we talk a little bit about just Inauguration Day? Is there a part of Inauguration Day that you focus most on? Lots of pomp and circumstance today, but if we could kind of wade through that, what do you feel like is the most important part of this historic day?
Honestly, for me, the most important part, and the part that I love the most, is just seeing the Capitol draped in those American flags and seeing those stands full of members of Congress, of family, of friends. And it really is supposed to be this unifying bipartisan day when everyone is watching. There's often symbols and interesting things to see. What are people wearing? Who are the celebrities that are there? Who reads the poem? Who writes the music? But just really seeing that group of leaders getting together, ushering in this constitutional and democratic process, that's really my favorite part.
It's going to be quite the day. Morgan Lyon-Cotti from the Hinckley Institute of Politics. Morgan, thank you so much for your insight. We really value you. Have a great one.
Thank you. You as well.